Hello, this is Gray with a word of encouragement for you for today. The word, don't give up. Just don't give up. In your suffering, in your hurt, in your sickness, in a place where you feel like the world's coming to an end in your life, don't give up because God sees you and He is there with you and He is holding you strong. So do not give up. It seems hard, it seems unfair what we go through, especially as Christians, and we feel like God is not there. I just want to say, nah, God sees you and He is with you. Do not give up. Hold on. God has given us hope and His word, and that is what we have. So we hold on regardless of what we go through. I want you to picture this, and I want you to picture Joseph. I know we always run to Joseph when we're talking about troubles, but I want you to look at it slightly different. If Joseph did not know God, or if Joseph did not hold on to God when he started going through those troubles, what would have happened to him? Let me explain to you. Young boy rejected by his siblings, nearly killed, sold to slavery. Well, at the time that you go to Egypt and to Potiphar's house, he would have been a scarred child, full of emotional damage, and very, very angry. He wouldn't have lasted a day in Potiphar's house, even if he did, and say he started trusting Potiphar, and can't find that Potiphar, then betrays him by not believing him, throws him in jail. He would not have been a model prisoner. He would have been very angry. He would have felt like the world doesn't like him. He would have had low self-esteem because of what he was going through. This is what happens when you do not hold on to God. This is what happens when you do not look to God, when you give up on God, when you're in your troubles. But somehow Joseph made it to be second to Pharaoh. If he did and he had all that emotional damage, would you imagine what kind of a leader he would have been? Full of anger, trying to prove himself because he had low self esteem. But because Joseph held on to God, God protected him from all the damage that comes in with our experience. We will all go through troubles, but with God, we will always come out. It always says in the Bible, we'll always come out shining and pure, like a gold purified. So that is why you need to hold on to God. And my prayer is that you get to a place where you realize what God's plan is for whatever you're going through. For Joseph, it was not when he became second to Pharaoh. For Joseph was when he was talking to his brothers and he said these words in Genesis 45 and 5 when he said that do not be upset and don't be angry with yourselves for selling me to this place. It was God who sent me here ahead of you to preserve you. Listen, that at that moment is when for Joseph he realized that this is the reason why, this is God's plan for my life. And I pray that you hold on to the extent that you also come to a place where you realize that what God's plans for you, so you can stand up with David in Psalms 27. He says that he says when he in verse 27 from verse 5, when he says, for he will conceal me there when trouble comes, he will hide me in sanctuary, he'll place me out of reach on a high rock. And then he says, then I will hold up my head high above my enemies who surround me. At his sanctuary will I offer sacrifices with shouts of joy. We will cry out to God and he will hide us in his sanctuary, to the point that when his full plan is revealed, we have no option but to stand up and declare that God is the Lord and there is none greater than him. So you hold on to whatever you're going through. You hold on because God is with you and he will not let you down. God bless you.